David Ornstein reveals surprise thing Arsenal staff are concerned about in title race. And the £100 million striker Arsenal want to sign has just revealed something that could change everything. Stay with me until the end of the video to check out the latest news from Arsenal straight from the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. Arsenal are currently engaged in a tight Premier League title race with Manchester City and Liverpool. The Gunners were able to build upon their 0-0 draw with Manchester City on Sunday, with a 2-0 victory over Luton Town at the Emirates Stadium on Wednesday evening. However, there will be sterner tests to come for the North London club, and their margin for error is all but non-existent. Iconic former Liverpool centre-back Jamie Carragher has already revealed how many points he believes Arsenal will need in order to be crowned champions this season. If his prediction is correct, then Mikel Arteta's side will need to be near perfect for the rest of the campaign. The data suggests that Arsenal face a tougher run-in in this Premier League season than either Manchester City or Liverpool. However, it may not be the tricky-looking away trips to face Manchester United at Old Trafford or their North London rivals Tottenham Hotspur that Arteta is most worried about. David Ornstein reveals Mikel Arteta fear for Arsenal title bid. According to David Ornstein, speaking on Sky Sports Backpages podcast, the Gunners fear that they are more likely to slip up against those sides they are expected to beat. The reporter said, "When I speak to people at Arsenal, they aren't so concerned about the biggest matches these days, in terms of the Tottenhams, Chelseas, and Manchester Uniteds. That's evidenced by the fact that they've picked up 4 points against Manchester City this season and 4 points against Liverpool. That's more than either of those teams have in the sort of round-robin against those same opponents. It's more the smaller matches, the likes of Luton Town on Wednesday, and Brentford previously before the international break. Sheffield United too. Yet, Arsenal are coming through all of them. Sheffield United was rampant, Brentford less so, and Wednesday was sort of in between. Really, Arteta and his coaching staff fear that one of these smaller sides could prove to be something of a banana skin for the team to slip up against. As such, the Spanish coach will be doing all he can behind the scenes at the Emirates Stadium to ensure that no sense of complacency is allowed to set in amongst his first-team squad. In the meantime, Arsenal can take comfort from the excellent form they have already shown this season against the rest of the Big Six clubs. Arsenal will need to be at their best when they travel to face Brighton and Hove Albion on Saturday. The Seagulls have been in indifferent form of late, but still have more than enough quality to pose a real threat. It will be fascinating to see what kind of starting 11 Arteta names for this match, given he made so many changes to his team for the visit of Luton Town. Emil Smith-Rowe could still leave Arsenal despite Luton masterclass. Mikel Arteta saw the importance of rotation and decided to give some of his bench players a rare start, and Emil Smith-Rowe took his opportunity as he played a part in both Arsenal goals. The Englishman was awarded the player of the match for his display, which drew praise from Arteta as his excellent work rate saw him win the ball in the build-up for Martin Odegaard's opener, before helping double the lead as his cross was turned in for an own goal. It was Smith-Rowe's best performance in a long time after struggling for fitness and game time in the last 2 years, and he will hope to kick on and make an impact for the rest of the season, but his future does remain uncertain. Speaking on his YouTube channel, journalist Charles Watts claimed that whilst Smith-Rowe's display was an enjoyable one, he still expects the midfielder to depart in the summer window. "I think Emil's probably going to end up going in the summer. I think we can all see where this story's going and how it's going to end," he stated. "I'll be surprised if it's any different come the end of the summer, but for now I've loved watching him play again yesterday in that first half. He tired understandably in the second half, but in that first half when he was on it, he was making those runs, he was winning the ball back, showing really good intent, quality on the ball when he got into the final third, driving into the box, everything we know Smith-Rowe for, and I think he provides something very, very different that Arsenal don't have. Personally, I think he's been underused. I think you can see that by his level of performance yesterday, he can offer more to this team. I wish Arteta would use him more." Should Arsenal use Emil Smith-Rowe more this season? With such a busy fixture schedule in the title race, whilst also competing in the Champions League quarterfinals, having Smith-Rowe back in form could be vital for Arteta. Rotation will be necessary, not just in terms of starting lineups, but with substitutes as well, and Odegaard in particular, has played a lot of minutes recently. If Smith Rowe can force himself into Arteta's thinking as his first go-to substitute, he can play his way into the side if he continues to deliver like he did at Luton. The rest of this season could go some way into helping save Smith Rowe's Arsenal career, and if he can make himself unsellable to Arteta in these next 2 months, there may be hope for him. Alexander Isak isn't coming? Alexander Isak has seemingly shot down any hope of Arsenal landing the Newcastle United striker this summer. The £100m rated Swedish international has been linked with a move to the North London side after a fantastic second season in the Premier League, with Isak hitting 16 goals this term in all competitions. A player who was linked with Arsenal before moving to Newcastle, Isak looked like an ideal fit for the Gunners this summer, with Mikel Arteta expected to spend big on a new leading striker. Yet speaking to iNews, Isak revealed his love for playing for Newcastle, with the forward making it clear that he intends to remain with the Magpies and to continue on with Eddie Howe's project. Indeed, a move to Arsenal would have been a fun one for Arteta and supporters, yet it now looks likely that Isak is one player who the North London side won't be moving for this summer. Isak said when asked if he wants to continue his career at Newcastle despite recent links to Arsenal, "Yeah, of course I want to be here in the future. I came here for the project, I absolutely love playing here, I really feel at home. I want to finish this season in a good way for me and the team. I love playing here." Alexander Isak could have become a monster under Mikel Arteta. One of the final pieces Arteta is missing from his grand Arsenal master plan is a truly talismanic striker, with Gabriel Jesus, Edin Nketiah and Kai Havertz failing to really meet the high expectations met by the Basque coach. Which is why Isak would have been such an exciting signing for Arsenal, with the forward giving shades of Thierry Henry at Newcastle, kit number and all. And North London could have been where Isak became a true monster in the Premier League, with Arsenal the ideal club for the Swedish international to take his game to the next level. Mikel Arteta reveals he's very happy with the return of the £19 million star. The Japanese international came on in the second half, having returned to action for Arsenal last week against Manchester City after missing the past few weeks due to injury. Signing a new contract with the Gunners last month, TOMI YASU's return to the pitch has been viewed as a major boost for Arsenal and Arteta heading into the final weeks of the 2023-24 season. And speaking to the club's official website after last night's win against Luton, Arteta was delighted with what he saw from TOMI YASU in his brief cameo for Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. The £19 million signing from Bologna has been one of Arsenal's best performers this season when fully fit, and TOMI YASU is beginning to look like his usual best after some weeks out injured. Arteta said when asked if he thinks TOMI YASU is happy at Arsenal, "Is TOMI YASU happy? Then I'm happy. I'm really happy. I really like him, he fully deserves that. I think he's growing with the team and we need the consistency from him when he's fit and available, because today when he came on he was really good and he gave us a lot." With Jurrien Timber the only player currently out injured, Arsenal's squad has never looked healthier heading into the final 6 weeks of the season. And TOMI YASU's return and subsequent performances show a player who is ready to give it his all for the Gunners in what could end up being a historic year for the North London side. Arsenal are underdogs for both the Premier League and UEFA Champions League, and TOMI YASU will want to do all he can to lead the North London side to glory in both competitions. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.